Casa-Elan is the sole agent for Benjamin Moore paints in Oman. So I'm at the shop here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this comparison between what is locally available and generally the commonly used paints in this country as opposed to Benjamin Moore. So what we are going to do now is an experiment to show how the commonly used paint in this part of the world is application wise, texture wise, looks wise and coverage wise comparable to Benjamin Moore paints. So Margaret and I are going to do a demo. We are going to do a paint sample with the most commonly used paint in this country, and then we are going to compare the coverage, the texture, the shine with Benjamin Moore paints. So I'm getting ready to do what's called a roll down sample. Margaret is going to help me. So here we are. Pour the paint onto the card. This is the paint that normal contractors and people in this country are using. And we're making a roll down sample. So we put 2 big spoonfuls of the paint. Spread it around a little bit. It's a lot of fun. And we have the roller and we roll it down. Okay, so this is just basically 1 coat of paint. And our card is ready.
We'll make a Benjamin Moore.
Yeah, and now what we are going to do is we are going to do the same technique with Benjamin Moore paints, and then I'm going to show you the difference between the 2 paints.
Can you feel the smell in the paint?
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, you'd see a difference when you see the Benjamin Moore paint. There's going to be absolutely no smell.
Okay. So to make the Benjamin Moore sample, I'm going to use a paint called Coronado 1000. It's a latex flat paint. It is for commercial use for all contractors and builders. This is a super high quality paint at prices which are competitive in the market. So Margaret has got the can of Coronado flat, and we are going to do another roll down sample. So we've got 1 spoon, same as the other one that we did. So we're going to do 2 spoonfuls of paint on this sample of ours as well. And 2. In fact, you know what I think happened, Margaret? You've used a little bit less of this because it doesn't matter. Let's just go for it. I'm going to hold it, no worries.
Okay.
I'm holding it. Okay, roll it down. Exactly the same technique. Okay. Deepak, you have now 2 samples which are dried already, yes?
Yeah.
So would you be able to show them to us so we can compare? Let's take a look. So this is the dry sample of the first paint that we did, which is what is generally used. Look how, I don't know if you can see it in the phone camera, but if you see, it's got a texture on it and it's very rough. and there is no sheen. It's very dull. Okay. We compare it to the Benjamin Moore sample that we did, and I will show it to you from close up. You see no graininess. There is absolutely no texture. It's beautifully flat. Show it from different angles. There's a lovely glossy, very light gloss or sheen as we call it to it, and it has no gaps and open bubbly kind of look. Awesome. Would you like to say something about Benjamin Moore?
This kind of proves that the coverage is much better when you paint any surface with a Benjamin Moore paint vis-a-vis any other paint which is locally available in the market. Which means that you're going to be using less paint when you're going to be covering more area.
So price-wise, where do we stand then?
See, our prices are pretty competitive as compared to any other brands that are available in the market. But besides the point that we're also providing you with a quality product, which is going to give you a better coverage. So when you compare it from a square meter point perspective, it's much cheaper to use a Benjamin Moore paint.
So if we are using an alternative paint, let's say we use 1 gallon to in a room, Benjamin Moore paint would be able to do the same in, let's say, half a gallon?
Not half a gallon, but at least three-fourths.
Three-fourths. So we save about, in the cost and the coverage, we save costs 1/4.
Exactly.
So which is pretty competitive.
It is.
Yes. What about the green aspect, eco-friendly aspect of it?
I mean, once we opened the can of the paint, you saw that there is a foul odor for a paint which is locally available vis-a-vis a Benjamin Moore paint. This product that we've used is low VOC. This is not a zero VOC product, but it's low in VOC. But even when I say low in VOC, you couldn't smell any emissions or anything that was coming out of the paints. So that's exactly one of the characteristics of a Benjamin Moore.
And okay. Can you tell me something about Benjamin Moore as a company and the background?
So Benjamin Moore is a US brand, and it's been in business for about 140 years, and it's from Warren Buffett, as you all know.
So Warren Buffett is the owner of
exactly
Benjamin Moore. Perfect.
And this is one of the products which produce low VOC and zero VOC. So we've got quite a few products that are available in the market which are zero VOCs.
What's VOC?
VOC is volatile organic compounds. It's the harmful compounds in simpler language that's available in a paint. Okay. When it's applied on the surface, every now and then it produces emissions.
So the cheapest Benjamin Moore paint that we are doing, the Coronado 1000 that we are proposing to contractors, even that is low VOC?
This is low VOC.
Okay. It's not zero VOC,
yeah,
it's low
9
VOC.
grams per liter.
It's 9 grams per liter. Okay. So technical aspects of it we can explain to the contractors later. Okay. And what about some of the other paints that we have here?
It's completely a green paint. And if you see the cover, or rather the wrapping of this paint, you see, it's certified asthma and allergy friendly. So it's certified by LEEDs.
So we can use it, I mean, it would be good to use these in children's rooms, let's say, or
Children's rooms,
hospitals?
schools, hospitals. This is one of the app products. Most of the schools are already using this paint. In Abu Dhabi, in Dubai, most of the schools are already inquiring every now and then and also using this paint.
Okay. I'm going to propose it for the nurseries. I think small children should be in good surroundings.